right, let's just start off with the elephant in the room. Go Flames, bud.
No.
You are from Edmonton, but we will come together in love for this interview, eh?
Yeah, might as well.
Might as well.
We'll put our differences behind us.
We're proud Albertans.
Yeah.
No, first and foremost, thank you so much for everything that you have done. You publicly came out July 2021.
Yeah.
So it's been a few years.
Yeah, almost 2 now.
My God.
Next month.
I came out 10 years ago, and I cannot believe it. And when I did, it was in the lead up to Sochi 2014 in opposition of Russia's anti-LGBTQ laws. I had 2 camps. One camp that was like, sweet, we get it,
Yeah.
like great, supportive. I guess there's 3 camps. One camp just didn't get it. We're not going to focus on them. Another camp that was like, cool,
Yeah.
we support you, but like, shut up and skate.
Shut up, yeah.
What's been your experience with that?
I haven't gotten a lot of that, honestly. It's been extremely
That's
positive for me. The only really times I ever, maybe contemplated not coming out or not being public about it was just my agents asking me what I wanted to do. They asked me if I wanted to come out publicly or just kind of keep it within my family and friends and just kind of live my life the way I wanted to. And I've always wanted to do it publicly. I want to make an impact on the game that is outside of the rink, that lasts a long time, and so that there's something to show for what I've done for the game of hockey. But it's been extremely positive, and I couldn't be more grateful about it.
What helped you make the decision to go, okay, July 2021, let's go? Was there a moment?
Not necessarily a moment. I think it just took me a while to tell everyone that I thought needed to know. Once I told my agents what I wanted to do, we kind of built a game plan from there. Obviously, we had to let Nashville know beforehand, the Western Hockey League, Hockey Canada, NHL, just some organizations so they're not blindsided about it, so that they could also have something prepared for the day of. But leading up to that day of was very stressful for me because it seemed like my circle was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And more people were kind of starting to figure out and things like that. But once the day came, I was a wreck. I was just emotionally and physically exhausted. Mm-hmm. I just kind of slumped in a chair for a while. And luckily my agent Jerry and my media manager Phoebe were kind of taking care of everything and just kind of let me relax and settle in.
When you're in the closet and you're trying to come out, it's an all-encompassing struggle. What were you most afraid of?
I played hockey since I was 4. I knew I wanted to be an NHL player since I was 6, 7. Not knowing if I was good enough to ever make it, but that was always my dream as a little kid. And coming out and thinking about what might happen, the acceptance, the reaction to it, I didn't want to hinder my chances at making my dreams a reality. So that was really something I struggled with for a long time. And eventually I got to a point where I realized also hockey is just a game. No matter how much I love it and I want it to be my career, I could always go into something kind of within hockey that's not directly playing the sport, and still live my life the way I want to. So yeah, it took me a long time to kind of get over the fact that I could play hockey for the rest of my life and not live the way I want to, not live my truth, or I could do something else within hockey and be the person I want to be.
I think from the outside, having never played in the NHL, I'll just speak for the general fan. There is a little bit of a stereotype that the NHL, the show, hockey in general, is a bit of a more conservative sport.
Yeah.
Did that play into any anxieties?
100%. Just because no one had done it on the male side professionally. So you don't know what the reaction is going to be. You think it's going to be positive in today's date, but you really never know. And I think as humans, we're just always trained for the negative. Our brains are wired to think of what's bad that's going to happen, and not focus on what good could come out of that. So, I don't know. It was a really nerve-wracking time. But I think once I kind of had some calls with Nashville, the NHL, and saw how confident they were in me, that this was the right thing to do, and they felt it was the right thing for me as myself as a hockey player to do and bring my best self to the rink, to the gym every day. Those couple phone calls really pushed it over the edge and made me feel comfortable doing it.
One of my fears, not that it's all about me, but before I came out, I hate to admit it, but I was really nervous that I was just going to be labeled the gay speed skater. You know, I didn't want to just be labeled with my sexuality.
Yeah.
Did that come to the forefront to your brain?
A little bit. I don't think I realized how much media attention I gotten the day of, week after, things like that. But with me and my team, I think we've done a really good job of just settling all that stuff down, especially during the season. You know, I still want to make the NHL. That's my goal. I want to play hockey for a very long time, and obviously being an advocate for the community and doing stuff when I can. But I think that title has kind of slowly gone away now. People are, you know, more knowing me just for my hockey, which is kind of what I wanted to happen. The title to slowly go away, but also still having an impact on people and, you know, helping others come out when they you know, need to talk to someone. I'm there for them. So I think it's slowly kind of going away.
Well, thank you for speaking with me. I know you got a busy itinerary, buddy.
Yeah.
Absolute all-star. You know, where are you in this journey to really figure out when and why you use your voice?
I think at the start I might have used it a little too much. And kind of this past season, maybe I didn't use it enough. So I'm recently came out, you know, it's not even 2 years yet, and being kind of a public figure in the community's eye within hockey, trying to find the right balance of when to speak up about, you know, something that's going on in hockey, whether that be the Pride Nights or, you know, kind of certain instances that come out throughout any of the leagues, some in our league, some in the NHL. So I'm just trying to kind of find that balance right now of when to use it, and I think I'm sort of starting to get the hang of it, especially noticing when the community I feel has been impacted in a hurtful way. That's, you know, when I'll step up and use my voice to reach individuals.
So I've had a few conversations with folks that I love and adore and are in the media world. And, you know, you see the statistics of how many queer folks are in society and you think, all right, well, let's just take that statistic and place it on every single sport.
Yeah.
You know, whatever that number may be. And it's changing, of course, every day. But a few of my friends have said, you know what? Honestly, having worked in the system, especially in the junior system coming up, locker rooms can be so incredibly homophobic, where people don't even understand that the language that they're using is homophobic. You know, there's a little bit of a lack of education in some respects.
100%.
That they've said, I actually don't think there are that many gay guys in the NHL because they would be weeded out because there's just it would be so difficult growing up in that, you know, culture, that locker room. What was your experience like? And does that resonate with you? Like that thought
I
process?
completely understand where they're coming from. For me, I think it was always normal, that talk, because, I mean, I didn't realize my sexuality till I was about 14, 15. And there was homophobic language used when I was 8, 9, 10. Like, it's deeply rooted. And it's almost just like throwing in a word just because you can, almost. Like, you don't understand the meaning of it. You just put it on the back of a sentence to be funny or to chirp someone.
Yeah.
Little things like that. But I have definitely seen, and this is maybe just in part of me being on the team, I have seen a very conscious effort on the 2 teams that I've been on since I've been out for the there's been a shift in the language. And if there are hiccups, they come to me right away and they apologize. There's been 2 instances on the ice where something has happened, not directed at me, but someone has said, a slur or something homophobic to one of my teammates, and they go report it without even telling me. They come to me afterwards and tell me that they did that. So I think it is heading in the right direction. I think my generation, almost someone knows, whether it's a family member or a friend, someone they know is in the community. So I think it is headed in the right direction, but at the same time, it is very deeply rooted in hockey. And to me, honestly, I don't know how you go about fixing that, because I started hearing that stuff when I was 8, 9, 10.
Yeah. Okay, so this might be a controversial opinion. I love a good old chirp, though.
Oh, 100%.
Come on, you
Yeah.
know, like that's a huge part of team building. So,
Yeah.
and of course, don't get it twisted. Like there are acceptable chirps, and no,
yeah.
don't cross that line. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But after having come out, are the chirps there, or is it like you're not really a part of the joke anymore? Because I feel like that would be alienating too.
I think I've gotten more like praise from other teammates or other players on the ice than chirps thrown at me.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear.
I remember exactly 4 occasions last year where I stretched right by the red line, kind of halfway through my warm up, and whether that be the team's best player, worst player, someone I know, someone I don't know, they've come up to me and congratulated me and thanked me for what I'm doing. Not knowing them at all, some of them. Others I've played with them for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Not very close with them, but played on them with teams before. So I haven't experienced much of it, like the chirping, since I've come out. Especially, if someone were to say a slur to me, I think that might be the end of the career for them, or something like that would happen. But I mean, it's been very positive for me so far, and not necessarily waiting for it to dip, but always just kind of being prepared. I think as part of the community, you always are just waiting for a moment or an instant where something's going to happen and being prepared for it.
Well, you have some pretty big name buds, Austin Matthews being one of them. How's he helped you?
He sent me a really nice message the day I came out. I remember that's one of the only memories I have of that day, because it was just so long and so exhausting. But I was out eating lunch with Phoebe and Jerry, and just got a buzz on my phone, and it was from a random number. And just at the end, I saw Austin Matthews, or I saw AM 34, and being a hockey kid, I knew exactly who that was. So that was really cool to see, just the messaging I was getting from NHL players, especially as high profile as he is, just to make sure that I knew that what I did was right, and good for the hockey community and good for the game.
That has to completely reframe some of the anxious moments and thoughts you had in your brain.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing for, like I said about Nashville, once they called me, I felt way more confident about what I was doing. But it's one thing, I think, for an organization, and then one of the best players in the entire league, to send you a message. I mean, his following and how high profile he is within the game of hockey right now, that made it especially comforting to me that it was the right thing to do, and I can play this game for a long, long time without having to question anything again.
And how about for your family? Your big brother Josh, he played.
Yeah, still does.
Still does.
Yeah.
What? I mean, he's not a bender.
No.
What's he saying to you?
I don't know. He's been just really proud of me, I think. The really cool thing, we got to play with each other for 3 years. And those 3 years were probably the years I struggled the most with my sexuality. And those were the 3 years leading up to when I came out. And he was always there for me. I think in the back of his mind, he knew something was up, but we didn't have that tight of a relationship where I don't think he felt comfortable talking to me about it, that he thought something was going on with me. But he's always been there for me. I mean, he's playing university hockey now back home in Alberta. So, we still work out together, we golf together. And it's been special just for him to get to know the real me, I guess. I'm not having to hide anything from him. So, just looking forward to the future. I got, the rest of my life. I'm happy I did it at such a young age. I got the rest of my life, to live the way I want to and spend it how I want to.
How did Josh help your game the most?
My hockey game?
Yeah.
We were very competitive with each other growing up, but we never played with each other until I went to junior, because the way minor hockey works, you play with your age group a year before you or a year after you. So he's 2 years above me. So we never actually played together minor hockey, but we would practice in the off seasons. Or my dad was classic Canadian stereotype. He'd build a rink in the backyard and let us go at it.
That's a stereotype I can live with.
Yeah. So my dad would build that for us. There are a few instances where I've had him come out to my one-on-one skill sessions just to we need a forward to do some one-on-one work. So he'll come out and help me with that stuff. It might not end well for him, but he's always helping me and willing to do kind of whatever it takes to help me achieve my goals.
So I might make you blush, and I apologize, but you said, it was your goal to play in the show, to make it to this level. 99.9% of anyone that's ever strapped on a pair of skates has not made it to your level.
Yeah.
What do you think has set you apart?
I think one thing that I'm very thankful for was my parents putting me in every possible how would I word this? Every possible situation for me to succeed. They always put me in the best situations, whether that be with the best coaches, the best teams. I moved away from home when I was 14 years old to go improve my draft stock for the WHL Bantam draft.
That's gotta be tough. And 14, you're saying that you kind of figured out your sexuality at that point too.
Yeah, it was on when I was on that team that I moved to Kelowna for. That was kind of when I figured it out. So they did a tremendous job with me, and I think just the love of the game and wanting to get better, having that passion since I was 4, 5, 6 of wanting to be an NHL player and doing whatever it takes in the gym, especially in the off season with nutrition and sleep. And I'm close, and I'm really excited for the next couple of years, and hopefully that I get to play in the NHL in the next couple of years here.
Is it stressful to be on a two-way contract? Or is that me assuming?
It will be next year, because I was playing kind of my last year of junior hockey. So we'll see. I haven't played a full year of pro yet, but I think that's kind of how all players start out. With their entry levels, they're all two ways. And you just go about your business. You need a little bit of luck involved to, if you're in the American League, you need a little bit of luck to get up to the NHL, and you need to play good to stay there. Even more luck to stay there probably. So, especially as a defenseman, we take a little bit longer than, forwards. Goalies probably take the longest, but as D-men, we need to get adjusted to the speed of the game and the strength of the forwards, and it all takes time. There's no rush. We're still young. Our primes are a couple of years away from us, so. Just looking forward to the summers and the grind of it all.
Well, little birdie told me you're a pretty good golfer too.
That little birdie might be lying. I'm not that good.
You told me you were a good golfer.
I did, yeah.
You're just trying to impress me there.
A little bit, yeah.
So how do you keep even keel then when you're not playing?
When I'm not playing golf?
No, when you're not playing hockey.
Oh.
You are good if you're getting paid to play golf.
That is true. I don't know. I think it's almost like all hockey players almost play golf. It's kind of the second nature to them. My off seasons are pretty simple. I'll work out in the mornings, go skate right after, and then go to the links for 4 or 5 hours, play with my buddies, win some money, lose some money, just have a good time out there, kind of relax, get away from the game a little bit.
You are one of one. You're the only gay man to come out and be under a two-way contract in the NHL. Do you think about that often, or is it just you know what, this is me, I'm going to show up fully always?
I think about it sometimes, especially when there's moments like the Pride Night incidents, where it seems like I'm relied upon a lot to answer questions, do interviews. I'll post something on social media and I'll still get asked to do interview after interview after interview, and that part's stressful. You know, kind of having, there's only a few of us that people reach out to ask for their opinions on it. And so I could understand maybe why some players wouldn't want to come out because of the pressure that it puts on you. But one thing that I've learned and didn't know beforehand was it's basically another family out there. The support you get from the queer community, I mean, they may not be your blood, but there's so many of them out there that'll do whatever it takes to make you feel comfortable, make you feel loved, want you to succeed and get to wherever you want to, or get to whatever you want to do in your life. And I've noticed that the past, you know, almost 2 years now with me coming out, and it's been an unbelievable journey, and you know, I can't wait to see where it takes me.
That is a beautiful answer.
Thank you.
That is so beautiful, and I hope I haven't added to any of the stress.
No.
Because I've been in that seat too, not obviously on a two-way contract to the show, but I've had to do a few interviews myself, and sometimes the answers and sometimes the questions seem very redundant, but I promise you from the bottom of my heart, you have just made so many lives better, and I am so grateful for your time, and I don't know, I guess I'll have to show you a good time in Calgary, eh?
Yeah, you might be the only one that could be able to.
I got that influence.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
When we're back in Alberta, we'll have a good time.
All right, sounds good to me.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Thank you so
Thank you
much
for having me.
chatting, Luke.
Thank you.